5 criminals who called the cops on themselves. They ran. They hid. But in the end, they dialed the number themselves. 5 criminals. 5 frantic calls. And one haunting question. Why did they call the police on themselves? Case 1. The burglar who locked himself in. It started like any other break-in. A man slips into a house through a window. But once inside, the door jams shut. Panic takes over. He calls 911, begging for help, claiming he's stuck. When police arrive, they find him surrounded by stolen jewelry, and a note of apology written on the wall. Case 2, the hit-and-run confession. In another city, a driver flees a fatal crash. Hours later, guilt, or fear, drives him back to his phone. His voice trembles as he confesses, "I didn't mean to. I panicked." Detectives trace his location. When they find him, his car is still warm. The weight of his conscience had already trapped him. Case 3, the meth lab that called for backup. 2 men mixing chemicals smell smoke. The fumes fill the room. They think the lab is about to explode. So they do the unthinkable. They call the fire department. When firefighters arrive, they find bags of drugs. And the men coughing in the corner. Victims of their own stupidity. Case 4, the killer who couldn't sleep. A woman murders her partner. She cleans up, hides the evidence, and goes home. But days later, the nightmares begin. Voices, guilt, blood she swears she still sees. At 3 a.m., she calls the police, whispering, "I did something terrible." And just like that, her secret unravels. Case 5, the kidnapper's mistake. A man kidnaps a woman, keeps her tied in the back seat. But the victim's phone, hidden under a seat, dials 911 and stays connected. Officers trace the call. He doesn't even realize the operator is listening, as he brags about his perfect plan. Minutes later, he's pulled over, caught by the very call that doomed him. They thought they could outsmart justice, but their own hands, their own voices, brought it crashing down. If this story sent chills down your spine, don't just scroll away. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and step deeper into the shadows with us, because the next call might be theirs.